Today we are talking about bad horror on YouTube. It's really hard because a lot of these are the exact same thing. They just fall under three different topics. One, they're just overall boring with just stupid little shit to keep people who are bad at handling horror like on their sides. And then one final just boo at the end of the video, and it just doesn't mean anything. Two, the concept is meant to be scary or creepy or like disturbing, but there's just so many flaws in the video that it loses all of its credibility, or it's just watered down to the point of feeling like it's made for children. And then the final one is just a low budget jump scare fest with as many jump scares packed into the span of 2 minutes as you can possibly get, because then you have gullible like idiots who come into the YouTube comments section of these YouTube videos and just say, wow, this was the scariest thing ever, I jumped like 40 times. Like, that's not a good thing. A lot of these just end up feeling like cash grabs. They like come in, they get their 20,000 views, they get their $200 out of it, and they just go off pumping the same thing out 3 days later. So please, if you would join me today in diving into bad YouTube horror. I don't want to trash on this one too much because it's a smaller creator and the premise is like a little interesting, but it's about a person who dies and they wake up and they don't know they're dead, but they find their body by taking selfies of themselves. Why is the first thing that you do when you wake up after a fucking drug binge just sit down and start taking like selfies of yourself? And not to mention, oh, hey, just look at this big fucking dark ominous door behind me that you can't see very far into. Look, it's just at me taking a selfie. Did it just say her alarm was set for 3 in the afternoon? Does she just wake up at 3 in the afternoon? What the fuck? It's almost 4. What does she have an alarm set for? What's the point of that? I just think this part's funny because all of the pictures that are in her camera roll, like she takes a fucking 1,000 pictures and you can see them lined up at the bottom. If you kept swiping and swiping, you would just have a non-stop slew of pictures. Yeah, we get it. You're taking the picture, your hand's not popping up in it. The pill bottle that you just moved is not popping up in it. Like, I don't know. Just something about that was just so goofy to me. Nothing else really happens in this one. It's mostly fine. It's not bad. I don't want to rag on it, like I said, since it's a smaller creator. They don't have a big budget to make these videos with or anything. So, yeah, let's move on to the next one. Hey, Brad Lewis Hobbs. Nice job picking the least intimidating name for your ghost that is haunting this woman. If I moved into a house and the neighbors were like, oh, you don't want to live there, the ghost of Derek lives there, I'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Sometimes I just sit here after I make a joke and I just have to like, it's just silent after. And it's like, you know when you watch a sitcom, you're expecting like a response or something to it, but I try to make a joke and then I just sit here and look at myself in the camera and I'm like, oh, wow, shit. This video definitely falls onto the category that I mentioned earlier where it's just fucking boring the entire time. You watch this video for 7 minutes and nothing happens, and then, like, Derek just jumps out at the camera, and the woman screams, and that's the end of it. Like, I don't want to see this lady make a smoothie and then sit down and just watch TV and enjoy her night. That's not scary. This video is a lot funnier to watch if you think of it as Derek as just a bad roommate. Like, he keeps turning on TVs and leaving lights on and leaving faucets on and shit. Like, Derek, electricity and water is expensive, bro. Fucking learn how to clean up after yourself. Take care of yourself, man. I'm not your fucking parent. How has she not left the house yet, too? She's so fucking paranoid that something is, like, there. That, like, something's gonna, like, hurt her. And she sees all this shit turning on that she clearly didn't touch. And she just goes, oh. At the end of it, she just goes, oh, let me go to bed. Oh, it's so scary right now. Let me just, like, go to sleep so I can, like, forget about it.
It's so hard to be a relative of someone who's severely injured. Because nobody knows what they are going to be like at the end of that.
I'm not sure if the actress was genuinely having a hard time turning the TV off or not, because like, you could make the argument like, oh, it's spooky, the TV won't turn off, but she eventually turns it off. I feel like the actress was just like having a hard time with the remote in this section, and they didn't just like get rid of it, they just left it in. And the award for the world's funniest jump scare goes to... It's the woman's reaction paired with how unscary Derek is. If I was that woman and I looked over and I saw Derek looking at me like that, I'd just be like, dude, it's fucking 9 p.m. Go to bed. So yeah, that concludes Derek. It's really hard to criticize that one. These first two were very uneventful. Nothing really happens in them. And now we're going to move on to the next topic for a specific YouTube channel that produces some fucking banger videos. Let's just get on to it. Some of the biggest proprietors of this like fucking horrible YouTube horror is this channel called Burnt Mill Road. Now, Burnt Mill Road, that's a fucking tongue twister. Burnt Mill Road is just two guys. One of them wears a mask. The other has like a POV, like a Blair Witch found footage style, like walking around with the camera. And it's a fucking jump scare fest. It's just jump scare after jump scare after jump scare. And it has the goofiest fucking like villains ever. One of them is Mrs. Dupre, something like that, and she's just an old woman in a walker, and there's about 9 jump scares in this video alone, and we're going to cover 3 of their videos just because if you've seen one, you've seen them all. For the sheer quantity of jump scares that are in this video, or in these 3 videos that we're going to cover, I'm going to put a counter right here for the remainder of Burnt Mill Road. And we're just gonna count up the jump scares from here through each video. Let's move on with the first video, which is Mrs. Dupre.
This is the last time, okay?
Okay.
Okay? Promise?
Okay, I promise.
Give it to me. Come
on. Right off the bat here, I get sleep and all, and that she's done this before. But your kid walks in fucking terrified of something. You don't just say, oh my god, you spoiled little brat, why the fuck are you waking me up? What's your problem? Like, that's your kid. Your kid is scared of something downstairs. You don't just go, bitch, get out of my room, I'm trying to sleep. This kid doesn't even look scared. She just looks like, I don't know. I don't know the expression, describe what she looks like. That's a thumbnail fucking worthy picture right there. Not the walker! Oh my god. What is this, a 140-year-old hospital patient? Just walk over and tip the bitch over. What's she gonna do? This video is like honestly inspiring to the older generations, because like, what's stopping you from ditching the walker, ditching the wheelchair, getting up and murdering some people? Just Mrs. Dupre can do it. Why can't you? The jump scare sound effects in these videos are on the beat like Mike Glambin.
You think you're all that, but you're not.
Nothing else happens in the rest of these, or in the rest of this video, so that handy dandy jump scare counter, just add the rest of these jump scares in post and we'll add those. Next we have Night Guard. We're already at 8 jump scares in these 3 videos, so we're fucking going strong. But can Night Guard pull off more jump scares than Mrs. Dupre can? I sure hope so. I'm really rooting for him, so let's get into this one. Is that the Momo mask? Damn, this bitch made it into my video too early. Come on. Why does he look like Super Hot Fire, but with a mask on? He's just dressed like Super Hot Fire. Is that supposed to mean something? Is that symbolic? Nothing else really happens in this video, so once again we're going to stick all the jump scares up to that handy dandy jump scare counter, and we'll see if Night Guard beats out the Mrs. Dupre video and jump scares. Now we have our final video from Burnt Mill Road, so let's hope that the guy in the rest stop, picture of him here, beats out Night Guard, maybe? Let's hope. Is that the fucking Momo mask again? Okay, you know what? I had a Momo section at the end of this. Cut it. We're not giving 3 fucking videos to this character. It's so ridiculous. Dude, you can see fucking, you can see the character move behind the little slit in the door after he shuts it and locks it. You can see him. Thanks for ruining my immersion, Burnt Mill Road. Yeah, that's your name. More like burnt shit road. Yeah, fuck you. Oh my god, who's gonna be around that corner? Who's gonna be around there? Oh wait, no! He's right behind you! Oh! You see, some of these videos are filled with highs and lows of emotions. You feel a lot during it, and they'll take you through and just put you on a roller coaster. This video's roller coaster is vertigo. I cannot tell what the fuck the cameraman is doing half of the time when he's moving around. And then they got the slow motion goosebumps outro to the video. Alright, Johnny, let's count up our jump scares. In 6 minutes, drum roll please, we had, okay, stop you fucking idiot, stop the drum roll, we had this many jump scares. I think it's 22. Yeah, woo, let's go. Nice job, Burnt Mill Road, you scared me 22 times. Well, you didn't scare me 22 times, but you had people thinking 22 times that your video was good because people are bad at watching horror on YouTube. Alright, let's go on to our next video. I think this is the last topic that's coming up next, though, and it is Alexander the Giant. Now, Alexander the Giant is known for the childish horror that I was bringing up before, how the horror felt like it was made for kids. I don't think that it was, though. It was like the same, if you look back at like Slenderman and Jeff the Killer, and all those like creepypastas, it feels like he's making creepypasta characters into horror shorts, and it's just, I don't know, it's funny. It feels more like horror, or it feels more like comedy than it does like horror. And I don't mean that in any disrespect, Alexander, because you are fucking ripped. I'm gonna show a picture of this motherfucker right here. I don't want you to kick my ass for making fun of your videos, so we're cool.
Delivering presents all around the world.
Santa doesn't share his secrets. You have your monster killer?
Yes, Mom, I have my monster killer.
What if he just pulled out like a 12 gauge shotgun and was like, oh yes Mom, I have my monster killer, and she's just like, oh, that's my boy, oh yeah, I don't care, Suzanne. This is a Second Amendment household, and my 11-year-old can have as many firearms as he likes.
Remember, he knows when you're awake.
Remember, he sees you when you're sleeping. Dumbass. What a fucking ominous thing to say to your child that's about to go to bed. And he's just laying in his bed like, what the fuck? If you're a kid, everything in this video is real. This actually happens in real life. If you're an adult, though, what if these guys are just tired of buying their kid presents? They're like, oh my fucking god, we spent $500 on this little dipshit, and he got an F in math again. Babe, get the creepy Santa costume you got for the Halloween party last year. Put it on. We're fucking ruining this kid. Can this kid just not fucking worry about the sounds that are going on? There's 2 other people in the house and they know that they're cleaning and like baking cookies and shit. Like, why can't he just like close his door and mind his own fucking business? Boom!
sleeping.
Oh my god, we understand. Why does she keep singing the "he sees you when you're sleeping" thing?
He knows when you're awake.
No! Not the dad! The dad's in on it too? Aw, fuck. If you watch this whole video yourself with the idea of these kids' parents are tired of getting him Christmas presents, it's such a better video. Before I wrap this video up, I want to read to you a haiku left on the comments section of the video mukbang by one of our favorite YouTubers. His name is Bloodrocks. And here we go. This is a very nice horror film. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. And that about wraps us up. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I didn't really like how I filmed the first video. What I was doing was I was recording a different line for each section of the script, like a whole new video for each one. This one I wanted to just kind of drag each one out a little bit more, so I had bigger clips to work with and bigger sections. So I hope that it came out better. I hope you guys liked it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did making it. Give a like and maybe subscribe to the channel if you did like it. Make you go through puberty too if you haven't, and then it'll make you go through puberty number 2 if you already have gone through puberty. So yeah, I'll see you next week. Bye.